Hey, what's up everyone, so welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna do a recap of the year 2016, of overall how it was the year for Windows 10 in general, Windows 10 mobile of course. This phone, my 640 XL, I made a bunch of video reviews of the new builds that come out. I made all of them on this 640 XL, which is not really a high-end phone, it's actually a pretty cheap phone. I bought it with 130 euros, so for that price you can't really expect higher specs, and it doesn't have high specs, but it received all the builds until today. Hopefully it will receive still many builds in the future. If it will not receive any other builds in the future, not any other, but when it will come at the point that this phone will not receive newer builds, newer updates, I'm just gonna move on and buy a new phone, as well with Windows 10. I want to speak about in general about the Windows 10 mobile, how it got developed until today and at which stage is today, because Microsoft already said that in 2016 it's left already like 3 weeks. They will not release any more builds for Windows 10 mobile. We can already speak which improvements or at which stage they come until today, or which improvements they did overall in 2016. If it was bad or if it was good, because they will release new builds only in the next year, only next month. So overall we can speak about that. And overall I think that they did like let's say 50-50 good job and bad job. The good job is they tried to update the phone, they tried to update the OS, they didn't stay behind, they didn't quit like the market was saying. Every blog or every big blog, let's say big blog, even big YouTubers, everyone was saying Windows 10 mobile it's dead, Windows Phone it's dead. Everyone was saying it's dead. And when someone says that it's dead, or when someone is negative, you don't really have much choices. But Microsoft didn't really listen to that, and they just kept updating the OS, which in some way it was bad because they kind of stopped the Lumia phones. But that was also good, because if they stop producing Lumias, then other OEMs, other brands can join and release smartphones with Windows. This was their plan, which didn't really went well, because overall the market share of Windows Phone, Windows 10 mobile went down because of that. But it allowed, for example, HP, Acer, Alcatel to join in. Didn't join as many as maybe they would expected, but I mean joined a few. HP is a big manufacturer, and I hope they will continue to build phones, because the HP Elite X3 was a really solid device, even though it's only not for consumer market. But I hope and I believe that Microsoft in 2017, 2018 maybe, let's see, if they'll not quit producing the OS, they will bring their own device like a Surface, because at this point it's inevitable to bring a device called Surface, because the Surface line at the moment it does well. Yes, of course it has some bugs here and there, it's not perfect, but I mean the brand name, it's doing well. Which the Lumia was known to have high-end devices and low-end devices, but all the devices were kind of looking the same. For example, like this one, the back is from plastic, colorful, and all the Lumia was known to be a colorful device, plasticky. Even though if it was expensive, it was still plastic and not really that premium. I still don't agree with them to completely leave the Lumia aside. They could still like release one phone per year, or leave the Lumia brand to lower devices, for example like this one, not for high spec devices for the Surface phone, and for the lower spec devices for the Lumia brand. It will be also fine with that, and people will still kind of be happy with that. But I mean, it was their choice. We kind of have to see where they will go. But overall I think the progress they did on the Windows 10 mobile, it was okay. It wasn't really that bad, because they improved, and the OS at this point it's more than stable. It's usable for a daily use phone. It's more or less in par with other OSs. It's not on par, but more or less has the same features, has everything you kind of need. It doesn't have all the applications that other OSs has, but this is a developer problem, and also how the market share is low. Of course, not every OEM will want to build apps for the Windows. New improvements, not so many features. They could release much more features, of course, but they tried to bring the OS at a more stable stage, which they kind of did that. The OS is pretty stable. There is still some apps like Facebook that crashes sometimes here and there, but overall most of the apps they work fine, they work fast. The OS is smooth overall, and that's the point here, to be smooth, to be fast. But just to end the year speaking about Windows 10 and mobile, because this will be probably my last video on Windows 10 mobile this year. Next year, when there will come newer builds, of course I will gonna do new videos with newer builds, but for this year we're gonna end here. I'm still planning to do next week probably, some review videos on some other products. I have already something in mind, but overall for the Windows 10, this will be probably the last video for 2016. Let's hope 2017 will bring something better and more builds and better builds, of course, and with many more features and improvements. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the support that you gave me in 2016. 2016 was overall a pretty good year for me. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light.